Today we'll be doing a transmission service on a 2020 Ford Mustang EcoBoost 2.3. That involves transmission filter change, gasket, and the transmission fluid. Stay tuned. Alright, now that we have the car in the air, this Mustang has a pretty nice little exhaust setup. It is a MBRP full catback exhaust with the resonator delete. Sounds pretty deep. It's got a pretty good deep tone to it. It's not all raspy. Alright, stay tuned and we'll start on the transmission pan. Alright, here's the pan. What makes this job a little bit of a pain in the butt is no drain plug, as you can tell. So we got a fill plug. I have a pump. I'm going to stick a hose down there and run my pump, and I'm going to suck most of it out. You can do this without a pump, but be expected to spill a lot of transmission fluid, because it will happen, because there is no drain plug, and this thing probably holds about 10 quarts. So this drain plug was a little bit of a pain in the butt. I didn't have any sockets that would fit up in there and a ratchet, so I had to fabricate a wrench. So what I did was I heated up, bent it a little bit, and gave me just enough room to where I get up in here and crank her loose. Alright, so here's the contraption I built. I took a little piece of hose, PVC plastic hose, into my pump. Pump drains it into the pan here. Pump is ran from a 12-volt battery. Alright, let's let her pump. Keep coming out. Alright, she's pumping pretty good now, so she's got about probably 10 quarts in there. So, alright, it's about that time to start to remove all the transmission pan bolts. So, along with the shield right here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave a couple bolts in the front here. I'm going to remove all these in like a U motion, and I'm going to drop the pan down. That way, if there's any fluid left, I'm going to try to catch it in my pan over here. Alright, let's get to it. I'm going to bring my drain pan over here, just in case anything comes out of it, I'll catch it. Well, looky there. Looks like I nailed it. Hell yeah, brother. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that back up. Remove the two remainder bolts. Drop them on the floor. Pick them up later. Alright. Here we go. Alrighty. She's a little soupy. Oh, I don't know if you can see that or not. Alrighty, this is where I'm going to pause the video, and I'll pick back up here in just a second. Alright, it's about that time to remove the transmission filter. I still got a little drippage going on here. I got a catch pan here at the bottom, catching most of it. Alright. Got I think a couple bolts holding the filter on here. Ew, splashed me in the face. It's alright though. That's alright. Splash me again. Alright, this should drop. Actually, it doesn't drop. As you bring it down, you twist and pull it back. Oh yeah. It's not as messy as what I thought it was going to be. I do have a catch pan down here, so I caught a lot of this fluid. Now, take note. Make sure you put your rubber seal on your new transmission filter. So we'll check that here in just a minute. All right, it's that time to put the new transmission filter on. Looks the same as I noted before. Make sure it has the rubber seal on it right here. So take a little bit of this tranny fluid. I like to lube it up. Makes it a little easier to slide on. So filler neck goes up into this little hole. So I'm going to push and wiggle. There we go. Now, try to clean my hands up a little bit. A little greasy. All right. Put the bolts back in. Maybe. There we go. I'm not going to torque this one down just yet. Couple screws. Big bolt on this side, the little one on this side. I don't know if you caught that, but I tried to put the big one in on this side. All right. This impact gun I got isn't very powerful, so I'm going to give her a little crank with a old ratchet. All right. Now, these probably do have some type of torque specs. I highly doubt it. It's just holding the transmission filter up, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. All right, so I'm just going to kind of wipe the pan down a little bit. Check for any metal. This magnet, you know, it looks pretty daggone good. I don't see no crazy metal debris or nothing like that. So that's kind of hard to do with one hand holding the camera and the other one cleaning the pan. So when I'm done, I'll recap. Alright, we're back. So I got the gasket on right here. I took some dabs of some RTV silicone. I dabbed it in a few places just to get the gasket to seat on there and stay while I'm trying to install it, because this gasket will move around when you're installing it, if not. So adding a little bit of RTV helps a lot. Alright, now we put the pan back on. So like I said earlier, put a few dabs of silicone on here to kind of help hold the gasket down while I'm putting it in place, because it will move around. So this is very tedious. You don't want to move it around very much. So I like to start me a few bolts. See, I looked up just then, I'm way off. Okay. Okay, see, a little misalignment on my gasket here. It happens. It's okay. Just realign it. You just want to make sure you don't pinch this gasket and make sure it don't slide off. I'm just going to tighten them by hand right now. This is one of the shield brackets, shield bolts. Alright. Shield bolt there and the shield bolt there. Alright, cool. We're going to leave this off last. Can't put that on there until we tighten up all the bolts. We've got a couple on this side that need to be tightened up. So I'm going to get my wrench ready. I'm ready to start torquing them down. Well, not really torquing them down, but tighten them up. Alright. Looks like I'm good to tighten them up. Oh. A lot of people ask me, what do I want to be when I grow up? Well, that's kind of a hard question to answer. Because right now, at my age, I want to be just like Cletus McFarland. To grow a YouTube channel like he has would be a dream come true. Hell yeah, brother. Alrighty, it's time to fill up the transmission fluid. Fill up the transmission with fluid. As earlier, the same way I pumped out the fluid is the same way I'm going to put it back in. This little homemade pump I got. We got a leak. Don't know if you've seen that or not, but I'm not happy with that leak right there, so I'm going to make that seal a little better so we don't waste transmission fluid. I'll be right back.